Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about bioinformatics. And this video is dedicated to my cousin Austin and cousin Nicole, who are computer geniuses. So what does bioinformatics mean? Bioinformatics, or bio, is biology, I guess. Inform is information, and matics, that's what I didn't know what it meant, but it comes from the Greek Latin word and means that something operates or acts on itself, or whatever the prefix is, the prefix of the word. Okay. According to Wikipedia, bioinformatics is the interdisciplinary field that develops methods and software tools for understanding biological data, and particularly when the data sets are large and complex. We're all aware of large and complex data. A lot of times, even in Google, like people are always collecting information, for example, through emails and through your habits and through your search or your queries whenever you're in a search engine. So, okay, another definition. Bioinformatics is the application of information technology to the study of living things, usually at the molecular level. So that is pretty cool because it uses science and technology, and it puts them together, and uses them to come out with a meaningful result, even at the molecular level. Maybe that's how the therapeutics, whenever the government or all these drug agencies were testing out for COVID before the actual vaccine came out. They were doing all these trials and seeing if these different therapeutics had worked. The definition of bioinformatics is the application. So not theory, but the application of computer science and information technology to the field of biology and medicine. So that's like 4 different fields. How cool is that? That you can combine all of those and come up with something meaningful, something that can help our lives to be more fulfilling, maybe, right? Help with sickness, help with a lot of different things to improve our life. It deals with algorithms, databases, and information system, web technologies, artificial intelligence and self-computing, information and computation theory, structural biology, software engineer, data mining, image processing, modeling and simulation, signal processing, discrete mathematics, control and system theory, circuit theory, and statistics. It generates new knowledge. How cool is that? And I guess the more variables you bring together, the updated knowledge, it's a new knowledge. It's whatever we like to put together to come out with a certain meaning, I guess, right? That is so cool. And here are the common software tools and technologies, probably the skill set that you need to have in order to crunch all of these numbers into a meaningful way. All right, in this next part, I'm going to talk about how to sell bioinformatics, because that's the entrepreneur in me. And this is by Jonathan List. In 2010, the Wall Street Journal Digital Network named bioinformatics sales as one of the 7 most lucrative careers. That's awesome. That's 10 years ago. And that's pretty cool. So bioinformatics. Assembling a sales team. So with anything that you create, as far as product, service, you have to have a sales team, right? As with sales personnel in other industries, displaying in-depth knowledge of company products is necessary for sales professionals to succeed in the bioinformatics industry. This means bioinformatics employers usually require sales professionals to have a working knowledge base with molecular biology, general health care, or computer science. So I guess it's not an and, it's or. You can probably be good in one of them and join a team to, and I guess they have that already. they have the molecular biology part of the company, the computer science part of the company, and the general healthcare part of the company. Reputable. Oh, I spelled reputable wrong. Okay. Bioinformatics companies that develop positive reputations for delivering accurate data can achieve lucrative sales figures. So it's all about the ability to analyze and come up with something meaningful and something true, because a lot of the statistics can be manipulated in a way where it shows that there's a meaningful outcome when in fact there may not be, because maybe the sample set was too small, or maybe it was the fact that it was the kinds of people that they chose in the study, right? Maybe it was not a random sample. Okay, knowledge of government procedures. In compiling bioinformatics data, understanding the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's role in checking biological and statistical data for accuracy is a necessity for a bioinformatics organization. So, as you know, there's like the typical phases of research and bringing a pharmaceutical product to the market it takes years, 5, 10 years. But what was amazing in this COVID vaccination is that it took months instead of years. Now it seems like it's going to take even more months distributing it than coming up with a cure, which is interesting. Just shows how the inefficiencies of government. This is the bioinformatics market value in Latin America from 2020 to 2025. So this is a forecast. And you can see that it's steady rising in market value in Latin America. I couldn't find anything on exactly United States, but I thought this is in billions of dollars. This is a share of consumers who are familiar with the terms GMO and biotechnology in the United States as of 2019. So I didn't know what GMO meant, but I asked my daughter and she said it was genetically modified organisms. I do remember that a lot of consumer products have like non-GMO. And I used to think, oh, well, maybe that's for people who are allergic to certain ingredients or something like that. But you can see in regards to the GMO, 76% people know what it is and 24% people don't. But when it comes to biotechnology, people have an understanding of, it's like 50-50. They understand that the habits of people, the ways that, everything is pretty much data gathering into these large database, and then people are running these statistics through and coming out with whatever pops out. The forecast. The revenue from laboratory informatics market worldwide in 2015 and 2025 by component. So this shows a huge jump from 2017 on this graph to 2025 of the revenue from laboratory informatics market. And that laboratory informatics is one business, and they go by the acronym LIM. All right, this is a revenue from laboratory informatics market worldwide from 2014 to 2025. It's another forecast. So LIM, you can see here, it's this laboratory information management system. That's what LIM stands for, right? ELN is the electronic lab notebook. ECM, enterprise content management. So these are all the different companies and how much they've grown and will grow from 2014 to 2025. The statistic above shows the size of the global next generation sequencing, or NGS, informatics and clinical genomic market in 2017 and forecast for 2028. In 2017, the total global market was valued at around 836 million US dollars. It is estimated that the market will grow to nearly $5.9 billion by 2028. So, what does this all mean? And what does it have to do with mental health awareness? Well, because our world is getting a lot more complicated and at the same time becoming more integrated, we are going to have more advertising, marketing being done to us with more information, and information that's gathered, whether we give it knowingly or unknowingly. That's already part of the processes and part of the algorithm, so to speak. And what it means is that we have to be aware and know that things, as things become more easier, for example, there's disadvantages of change. And just like, for example, whenever remote controls came for TVs, before, I'm still young enough where I had to turn the TV on by hand. But now we have remote controls, which appears to be easier, and at the same time, it created more like people not moving around that much. So the disadvantages have been like we have a remote society, and now one of the leading causes of death are issues related to being inactive, for example. And also, as you've seen in some of the data, there's a big market for pharmaceutical, and it has been rising since I would say the 1980s, where before we had mental health institutions where people would stay there for a long time. Now, with the invention of psychotropic medications, it seems like sometimes there's new diagnoses like ADHD, and probably I had ADHD and anxiety when I was younger, but they didn't have a product for it, right? So now that it's just part of society right now, there are disadvantages because there may be people that are misdiagnosed. So always, whenever we have new technology, sometimes there's disadvantages, and sometimes we look at only the advantages, but there may be disadvantages. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much. Bye.